Yo, what's going on guys, it's Rest. In this video I want to go over how you can make the most out of Amara's action skills. Being that she is a pretty much action skill based character, you're probably going to want to do a lot of damage with those, and throughout the lifespan of the game you really couldn't do it that much, but now with a bunch of other stuff we have in the game, you can really take advantage and make certain things like phase cast or honestly just any action skill do a lot of damage. But I'm going to be demonstrating phase cast in this video. So if you do enjoy and you're new here, consider subscribing. I'm on the road to 10,000 subs and I would love to have you on this journey. I truly appreciate it. So starting off, as you already saw, I have no skill points selected whatsoever. My guardian ring's turned off and I have absolutely no things influencing the damage that the phase cast is going to do. So if we actually just throw the phase cast right now, you see it does 16k damage. And if we take a look at what is actually going to increase the damage, I'll start off simple with just a 300% increase in damage with enemies above 9% health. For some reason, this actually does increase your damage of the action skill. On the test dummy, you won't be able to see it, so it is still a base 16,000, even though I just threw it with this weapon equipped. But if you go to any other place, you can actually see it, and you will notice that it does increase its damage. But if we actually take a look at the anointment right here, while under 50% health, you deal 150% bonus radiation damage. This one also is applied to whatever your action skill is, or the phase cast in this scenario, and you're going to get bonus damage with that as well. Honestly, in my opinion, I like URAD over the 300 anoint. 300 anoint could technically be better in some scenarios, but the reason I like the URAD so much is the fact that radiation has a bonus against shields. So if you run a incendiary action skill and you have URAD, you're also going to be able to take the shield off really quick on top of the incendiary, destroying the flesh. Or if you run corrosive, it works the same way. That's why I prefer URAD. Plus it also does scale with mayhem and you can get crazy damage numbers out of it. So honestly, I would always go with URAD. So to show it off, I'm gonna have to wait for my action skill to cool down, so I'll go in and fast forward it up to there. Okay, so I have my action skill back, and as you saw, we did that original 16k, but now if we throw one with URAD equipped, so we're gonna have to equip an artifact that basically gives us the death list, or you could run a front loader shield. Now we have 1 health, so URAD is procced, and we throw it, and now it does an additional 38,000 damage in radiation, which is really good. Now that's not the only way you can buff the damage. I'll actually unequip that and equip the Revolter right here, which is the brand new shield, which if you don't know, when your shield breaks, this is basically going to give you a lot of damage, and this does increase your action skill damage as well. And if you have the Anoint War on action skill start, you trigger any effect, it will apply to whatever phase cast you throw, even your very first one. So again, if we wait for the action skill to cool down, I will show you that. Okay, so I'm actually going to use the Psycho Stabber, because if I have the URAD equipped, it's going to do the radiation damage. So the Psycho Stabber, again, it was a base 16k, nothing else equipped. Now it's going to do 50k. So alone with this shield, it upped it to 50k, and then alone with URAD, it did around 38,000 extra radiation damage. So obviously if you combine those two together, you're going to do a lot of damage with your action skill. But what if I told you that's still not the only way you can increase your action skill damage? We can actually go into skills over here, and obviously it's going to increase it further. So I'm going to unequip everything again. I'm going to show you something interesting that you may have not actually thought of. So if we actually equip this fish slap grenade, where we have the anoint on grenade throw, weapon grenade, and axial damage increased by 25%, pretty self-explanatory. Obviously you throw the grenade, you're going to get more axial damage. But if we go over to her skills and we go something down like brawl right here, I'm just going to put some points literally anywhere just to get down to the bottom. So right here we have jab cross, where when you melee an enemy, you're going to get increased axial damage as well, which is 75% plus a little gun damage, but that's whatever. So 75% more axial damage. And if you don't know, the fish slap is going to actually do melee damage. So when you throw this fish slap grenade at something, as you see in the bottom, you do get the jab cross benefit on top of the axial damage from the anoint. So having a fish slap with this anoint is very beneficial for Amara with axial damage, because you can get a ton of damage out of it. And then finally, obviously with something like the phase Zerker, when you cast your action skill, you're going to get max rush stacks. And if you go into things like do harm right here, this is going to increase your axial damage by 4.5% per each stack. Then if you get down here to the very bottom, where you can increase the effectiveness of it, is going to increase it by a whopping 5.9%. Once you're down here at the very bottom, you're going to be getting 25 stacks per action skill. So you're just constantly ramping this damage up, and you can get crazy damage numbers out of it. Now again, you can use this with any action skill, but I honestly would recommend Reverberation, since you get plus 50% bonus damage whenever your phase cast goes to an enemy. It's really easy to group enemies up to get this to work, and you can just destroy everything. So all in all, as you see in every single slot now on Amara, you have a way to increase your action skill damage, which is actually kind of crazy. You have your class mod you know, giving you your rush stacks to buff things like do harm. You have this grenade buff things like jab cross, and with the anoint giving you more axe skill damage. You have a deathless artifact giving you URAD if you have a URAD weapon, which is also buffing your axe skill damage. And then finally, the Revolter is also going to be giving you axe skill damage if you have axe skill start, or if you just break your shield. So all of these are buffing your axe skill, and you're just going to get insane damage numbers with it. So I'm actually going to show you now. I have max rush stacks built up. I have everything equipped to buff our axe skill damage plus URAD, so you can see the damage numbers that we get. Now, obviously, at the start of this video, we were at 16k with just nothing equipped at all, but now with everything, we throw our grenade to get jab cross proc plus the anoint, and now as you see, 1 million shock and 1 million radiation damage. That went from 16,000 to 1 million in both elements, and this is on the test dummy. When you're out in the wild, you're going to see insane numbers higher than these, and it's going to allow your axe skill to just one-shot almost anything. Also, if you don't know, all these axe skills actually got buffed recently, so I'm pretty sure all the phase casts got buffed. I know phase slam and stuff got buffed, so running phase slam would be fun. Then obviously, if you want to run phase flare, you're going to do a lot of damage, but that is going to do it. I just wanted to show you guys all the tricks you can do to get more axe skill damage. I think the most interesting one is definitely the fish slap. Obviously, the Revolter is going to give you a lot of damage as well. And if you guys would like to see a build out of this, let me know. I can just put something together where you can use every single action skill and just do an insane amount of damage with whichever one you want to. That could definitely be very fun. So again, let me know if you want to see that. But yeah, that's going to do all for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys learned something. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.